In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about window styles and types. So when you're picking a window for your house, it doesn't always come down to size and colour. Quite often, the type of window is quite important depending on the size of your window openings. This is a casement window. Casements are very practical. The windows open out the way. They're quite easy to use with blinds because they're not opening in. Tilt and turns will open in the way and they can interfere with blinds. So for a casement window, it'll open in and out quite comfortably and you can lock it in the night vent position. This gives you ½ an inch for ventilation. Also, you can get bottom openers like this window here, which open out the way. These are really good for over kitchen worktops because the handles are easy to reach and in bathrooms. The only drawback with these windows are really, if you're opening onto a path, it can be quite dangerous if it's on ground floor. And the other big issue with them is there's only a certain size you can make these windows due to the gearing and the hinge system. Sometimes tilt and turn windows are going to be more beneficial for you on bigger windows, and we'll do another short video on tilt and turns next. Now let's talk about tilt and turn windows. This is a tilt and turn window here. Tilt and turn windows are very good, particularly when it's hard to access the external to clean. So let me show you how to operate them. If you have the handle at 90 degrees, it will pull in for easy ventilation. There is one bit of an issue with this. It can interfere with blinds. So there's two ways to get around it. One would be make the window slightly shorter and give yourself a space at the top of the window for your blinds. Or secondly, you can get perfect fit blinds that go into the bead. This will open and shut with the window, and there's a small picture frame finish round about it. So for cleaning, these windows are very easy to clean. The handle goes directly up, it opens right in, and you can clean it like this. So to recap, this window is exceptionally good for upstairs windows and flats. Now let's talk about PVC sliding sash windows. These windows can be very good for period properties and properties in conservation areas. They're also low maintenance and much cheaper to install. So let's have a wee look at the operation of these windows. So firstly, there's a catch in the middle. Sometimes there's two depending on the size. So you slip the catch to the side and the bottom pane will lift up and down. You can pull these two buttons in at the top and it will come in for ease of cleaning. The top sash will slide down, two buttons in, pull it back, you can clean the top. Easy to shut, you just push them shut, lift them up, you push that one shut, lift it down. Quite often on larger sash windows, we will fix the top pane downstairs because sometimes it can slide down a little bit and it can make this hard to lock. So what you tend to find is on a smaller window, it's quite easy to deal with, but on a larger window, you're trying to pull that one up, pull this one down and get your latch shut. So overall, these windows are really good, great value for money. They do have some drawbacks. The largest drawback probably is the fact that they slide up and down on brushes, which means you don't get a tight seal like you would with a casement or a tilt and turn. The second issue is it maybe just doesn't look quite as good as timber. However, you do have the benefit of never having to paint it again. Now let's talk about the new kid in the block, the flush fit window. This window has got an elegant flush design. It suits modern properties and traditional properties. This window hasn't been out long. There's two different types. There's a single and a double rebate. You get mechanically jointed where the window's butted, a bit like a timber window, or you will get a more modern approach with a welded window. So how these windows work, they're fitted just like a standard casement. They will operate just like a casement window. The thing that makes them completely different to a casement window is the sash sits in flush with the frame. This gives a very sleek look, particularly on a modern house. They also look great on period properties, like sandstone properties. And to be honest with you, this window really doesn't do itself justice sitting on this table. So here's a picture of a house we've done before. The drip bar is optional. Most people will choose not to fit it. And the one thing I can say about this, if you get this type of window fitted in your house, I can guarantee you nobody else in the street will probably have it. If you go to the Flush Fit page on our website, you'll get more information on the Flush Fit windows and there'll be several pictures of jobs that we've done already. Let's briefly touch on reversible windows. Reversible windows can have useful applications, but I'm going to be honest, it's not my favourite type of window. It's good for upstairs or in flats. However, the big drawback with it is it's single rebated. It can be quite hard to fit, and it can be hard to service and change parts on. How it works a bit like a bottom opener. It will come out about 4 inches and lock, then it will come out a bit further and it will lock again. To clean it, the window will come out and pivot right round in reverse for ease of cleaning. So in that sense, it's really good for a flat if you want to be able to clean the window. However, we've found through the years that they can be prone to drafts, particularly in high weather, high wind. Here at Armour Home Improvements, we're comfortable fitting any type of window. We'll even take the awkward jobs on, like bow canopy bays, standard bay windows, arch windows. We've done things like churches, etc. These are all bespoke products that are made to measure and are quite awkward, and other companies won't want to take them on. If you've got anything like this, give us a call and we'll come out and talk you through it. I can't go over every single style in this video. However, one thing I can guarantee you, we do have the expertise to get the job done.